Hi, I'm Helen Stewart. I'm the town clerk for Thame, so don't live in Thame. I'm not used to public speaking because I usually stand behind the councillors. So today's quite daunting, being as I was told it was only going to be 20 people I was talking to. However, I'm happy to speak to anybody individually after I've done this quick presentation, this run through. So I was asked to give a brief summary about why Thame decided to become a front runner. Thame is a market town in Oxfordshire with about 11,500 residents. And the main reason it started the front runner process was because it was resisting a development of 750 homes in Thame, which the local district council wanted to put the majority of them onto one site. The people in Thame were totally against this, feeling that it would really spoil the character of the town itself. There was also a threatened supermarket development. There's a site in the middle of the town that the district council own, on which a cattle auction mark is located. The auction mark wanted to relocate, so we're making deals with a supermarket chain to assist with the relocation. The townspeople wanted to preserve the site for more mixed use. As with all old market towns, there were infrastructure deficiencies, and these had not kept pace with development. And whilst we understood that the new development couldn't solve the current deficiencies, it was important that the council that it didn't exacerbate the problem either. And perhaps one telling reason is that town councillors were very strongly of the opinion that we could not take this opportunity to do something about our own town. I keep saying our, it's not my town now. What did the neighbourhood plan for Thame need to achieve? Well, it wanted to take more growth and more control over growth and manage the shape of Thame as it evolved. It wanted to protect the unique qualities of the town, and as every area has its own unique qualities, Thame's no different, and the people there who live and invest in the town needed to be able to have their voice heard. The town council strongly wanted to challenge the district council's housing site allocations. We'd already challenged the numbers allocated to Thame, and we hadn't won on that score, so it was about where the other housing was going to go. We wanted to challenge the phase of development. However, we learnt through developing the plan that this wasn't possible because market forces would influence the phasing. We wanted to question the need and appetite for the supermarket development, and to have a proper appraisal of the current deficiencies and future needs for infrastructure. The experience of neighbourhood planning is liberating, exciting and empowering for residents and councillors. And I wouldn't be standing here if I wasn't so passionate, because neighbourhood planning, to me, has brought the community together. It's the best community development tool in the bag at the moment. I've seen different parts of the town growing together and talking, and new relationships formed that were never there before. People actually began to know other people in different sectors of the town. The growth became an opportunity instead of a threat, and we've still got problems there, but they talk about it now to try and resolve the issue rather than saying not behind my garden. The community got fully involved and felt they were being heard, and this has continued 2 years after the referendum. We've found new ideas, new resources. Things came out of the woodwork that we'd never envisaged, like locating the high school onto one site, which would never have arisen had it not been everybody talking together. Redevelopment of the rugby club, a sports facilities strategy for the next 15 years, where we've got all of the sports providers talking together about what facilities the town will need to meet the new housing development. It's identified many areas of strong consensus, and it's provided a significant learning opportunity about planning and the constraints of opportunities. And for me, that's really important, because it's so easy for the town council to sit there and say, we're against this application, or the residents. Suddenly they couldn't say that. They had to actually justify why it was being said. You said no. The good practice to share. Well, I think you've got to define what your plan is aiming to achieve, the scope of it and not the outcome. You understand the process and the budget, and our budget was quite high, I admit it, but we were really at the very beginning, and if we did it differently now, it wouldn't cost us as much. You need to identify constraints and look at the whole picture, not just the housing required. The challenges as we go forward are dealing with raised expectations during and after the process. Having completed the plan, some thought it was for the lifetime of the plan. However, new challenges and development and housing needs in form of a strategic housing market assessment will reopen the neighbourhood plan and will inevitably trigger a review in the near future. Efforts by some in the community to destabilise the neighbourhood plan and perhaps neighbourhood planning itself have arisen quite strongly and clearly. But the strong audit trail on the consultation and where the plan came from the community has proved to be valuable in that resource.